So I'm feeling like maybe I know what it feels like to be a runner on this journey. This morning I woke up with a message from my twin. He put together a movie of the both of us. And the love that I feel from him, it's overwhelming. It's been about 2 hours now, and since I saw the message, and I still don't have the words to describe what I feel. I feel like there aren't enough words. I just feel so like privileged. And I feel like it's like I can't believe that I can see that what he did is a complete act of love, and that he put time into it and effort and thought, and it also is like it shows dynamics, and it shines me in a really good light and shines him in a good light. He's just so sweet. He's just so sweet that I feel like overwhelmed. I don't have enough words to describe it. There aren't enough words for it. There are words. It's so overwhelming right now. Oh, he made a video of us, and it's in Hebrew. I'll put a link. I'll ask him if I can link one of my videos to it. But it's in Hebrew, so maybe I'll I'll ask him to. Maybe I can translate it into English and put it in the description or on the video. This journey is so overwhelming. How going through all of these emotional, the last few days. Oh, my son's on the phone. I'm gonna answer him. So, I feel like this must be what it feels like to be a runner. It's like being left speechless. There's so many emotions that they're just like all. I feel like I got like a love bomb, like to where it just threw me back, like not backwards, but I like speechless, which is not like me to be speechless. It's just I have to process it. This overwhelming feeling of like being loved. I'm still facing, this last year since I met my twin flame. Maybe it's been a little more than a year since we met physically, since I met him. I feel like he's known about me a lot longer. I still feel like that. But since I met him physically, my spiritual journey has just been like, phew. And it's like bypassing all of your weaknesses and working through them and straightening yourself out and strengthening yourself and cleaning your mind and coming into your own and owning yourself and taking responsibility and standing up for who you are, and even just learning how to listen to who you are, learning how to listen to your inner self and really see who you are and stand behind yourself and be able to say what you think and and own it. And it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks because you have your own truth. So this whole process, and I've gotten to this point where I've reached my biggest fears, and I'm moving through them, and it's like taking everything that I have. Yesterday it took me all day, all day. I mean, from the morning, procrastinating and back and forth and holding my head and what do I write and what is the truth and how to. It took me all day long just to write a Facebook post that I'm offering, people to come. I'm organizing a group trip for money. See, the for money part, that's the... Because if I was organizing a trip not for money, it would be much easier and fun for me. Just organizing a trip with friends, that's fun. When I got into writing it, I connected to that. But still, it's my biggest fear is to put myself out there and ask for money. That is my monsters. And it's not like I didn't do it before. I've done it before. And I could do it for other people. I did it for other people. It's just with something with myself. And those are like my biggest fears. It like touches these places of like poverty or neediness or pathetic or the more I talk about it, the more I realize what it is and the more I face it. And that was also in the video that my twin sent me. So I feel like my heart is like exploding. Like I don't know how to explain it. It's like I have, like, I don't know. And then on the back side, like of my heart, back in between my shoulder blades, I have like this fear that is connected to everything that I'm doing now and the lease that I need to be signing. And I'm trying to trust. I am trusting. I'm beginning to trust. Yesterday, I just felt like, and today, like I'm just surrounded by people that love me and that really care. And now with like this group that I joined, this twin flame group, and a friend that has become a good friend that we met over these videos, and we chat back and forth and support each other. I feel almost like there's a community, like there are more people out there that understand what I'm going through, and that by me putting these videos, they can also see, this is the process of the twin flame process. If you would have asked me a year ago, I'm telling you, I don't know if I would have believed that there is such a thing. I would have, but this is this is a thing. But it's still like a twilight zone for me. It's like, is this really happening? It still feels new to me. It's been, you know, a year plus, and it still feels like it's brand new. So just as a continuation, like my eyes are all puffy from the last few days of so like that. I know this is a game. I know that this life is all just a game. It's about keeping your spirits up and pushing through it like it's a game. Everything's funny. Everything's funny. But to continuation about the big love bomb that I got this morning, and that I just went into like my shell because I had to process. So after I talked about it a little bit over here on the video about this must be what it feels like to be the runner. This must be what it feels like when you get like overwhelmed with like feeling overwhelming loved, where you just like, I don't know, is that, am I deserving of it? I don't know. It just feels like it's like you're see-through or something, or there's a scariness to it, to feeling that much love. And then what do you say? What do you say? How do you what do you say? There's so much in that video that he did, and it like speaks to me on all the different levels, just like this whole twin flame journey. It speaks to me on all the different levels. And he's joking around on there, and he's teasing me with all sorts of, sex jokes. And he's putting me out there, and he's putting himself out there with me. And respecting me and showing me in a nice light, and himself too. And also making it light. And at the end, we're both laughing. And he's showing one little process that we went through, right, where I left him a message in the morning. I was all, crying and fearful, and how am I going to do this, and what am I going to do? And then he just sent me a whole series. This was the other day. He sent me a whole series of the funniest messages. It was like an hour. He took an hour sending me message after message after message, just saying all sorts of things with lessons in them, but also just all sorts of dorky stuff to lift up my spirits. And it was just like he knows exactly how to maneuver me. There are birds up there dropping olives down. So I heard something dropping. I was trying to figure out what it was, and I see like a whole bunch of olives. But what bird is going to be up there dropping olives? But there is. Maybe it's just that the olives got to a point where they need to just drop off the tree. You know, no one else. I mean, I don't want to start it that way. He is the person that knows me the best just by nature. You know, we went through. He sent me a whole hour of these messages, recorded like voice messages, and he was saying all sorts of stuff. And then he was talking to me in English because we speak in Hebrew. And he was cracking jokes, and he was talking about falafels, and he was talking about kinky sex, and he was talking about, just going on and on and on, like rattling and rattling and rattling. It was like a whole hour of just rattling. And I was out on the side of the mountain with my dogs. And by the end of it, I was in such a good mood. I felt like I felt like all of the fears like dissipated. They dissipate until you get there where it's actually time to do something. I'm just going to just take another step at a time, another step. These videos I feel like are they're doing themselves. They feel like this is my enjoyment time where I get to sit down and blab. I like to blab. But I just felt so overwhelmed this morning. So I was going to update. This whole thing was so that I could update. So I went ahead and, it had been like, I know what it feels like when you send something you don't get answer. I don't know if he does that. I don't know. He seems like really strong. He's the strongest person I know. And, so I wanted to answer him about the video and not just leave it like that. And so it took me a couple of hours. So finally, I sent him a voice. It was all I could get out. I sent him a voice message, and I was like, I don't know. It was, I don't know. It was all I could get out. And then there was like a big silent point towards the end, and I told him, okay, that's it. I don't have any more words. At least I answered, and he knows how I feel about it. I think I don't know. It was all over the place. That message I sent him was all over the place. But I think that he might find it maybe a little bit annoying that I'm all over the place. But I think he also finds it endearing. Okay.